Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the San Francisco 49ers. And the Detroit Lions. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front and the way he pressed. The hole, absolutely perfect.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. A look now at the starters on this 49er defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no... zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Ready, set, set.
And to give this time to the tailback. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Go now. 18 Gators. We all now. Ready?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. In NFL football, they're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Young. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
60 outlaw.
First down, San Francisco.
They'll run on first down. It's Clayton. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's get that ball, Gene. Let's get that ball. Be good.
Young now from the 50. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
Set, ready.
39 now. They'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Young off the bootleg. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Young. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Lions will... Well, certainly not the way that they were in possession, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense...
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got a first down as he's 48. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now a fumble. The ball now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was called. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after one on EA Sports.
15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
He'll drop to throw. Looking well, and that's complete. A gain of 8 and a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And an alley to run. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now here's Young. And he's got his man on the out route. First down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now. Out past the 20.
Hey, Zoo!
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, let's get sandwich.
They go play action. Young. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Take 3. 218, chop. 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. But able to haul it in is Kittle. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Young. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Young, and this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but now it'll be 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. It'll be Young again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Runs through the contact. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are first scoreboard this afternoon. No gimme in the, but it's up and good. On the 2nd quarter, the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Young, going to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Clayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up. 6-6. Pull it hard.
To the air once more, Young. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Young. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Browns who are out on top. The Browns trying to get a step closer to the playoffs and run their mark to 8-4. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they lead the visiting Baltimore Ravens at halftime. The Bills still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And an Allen run! And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Pilot, 64, weak. 36.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be... And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And Street's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And that is incomplete.
Never thought this one a little. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Their defense has done the job. Offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On first down, Clayton. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Young. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
A big kick that time, 52 yards, and a like over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go. Check.
2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th. Now they're looking down. Going to find him. That's complete.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Street's got it, complete. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 3. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. From 3 yards out. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. Young. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was progression. That type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Young to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Caught. It's Huff. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go. Some tough coverage.
Throwing again on second down. Young looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're their efforts in the last got into the end zone.
And just like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 55 to Mike. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as attempted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And that one, it's going to... Heard big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either.
Ready? 70, Indy. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the
Now Bibbs. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk. Things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
We taking wins home. Check. Lucky. 80 weapons.
Young. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Check 26, check 26.
Let's go.
Bibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll keep it on the ground. Clayton. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Switch.
Blue draw Corkers.
He's coming. We got double up.
49, check 49. Check go.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the backer.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Look at me. Score. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended. Down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal and go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So for San Francisco, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.